What's the haps? I'm John, aka Meroka, and welcome to Spiel. So we're in episode 30, which, as Gnomes pointed out to me in the comments last week, that means this week the title card says we're on episode XXX. LOL! I'm going to keep it, tasteful. It's not going to be raunchy and X-rated. Maybe a little bit of controversial. There's got an interesting topic someone thrown at me. So let's barge on in. We're in the Onyx Queen tier 3 this week. There are a couple of sort of the usual green sort of Aurora Isles type levels which I kind of wanted to do and then realised I'm pretty sure I've done those for the last 2 weeks now. Maybe I should give that a break. So no Aurora Isles stroke Jigsaw Valley this week. We're going to have... Okay, we're going to be chased back into a corner by a bunch of ice-spitting lizards. That's what we're going to do. So yeah, a bit more of a mix in the levels this week. First things, usual button mash garbage that you may or may not care about. I hope you do, maybe you don't. I don't care, I'm going to give you it anyway. Last week was the end of Present Architect. For a while anyway, I will bring it back later. Oddly enough, they launched a big patch for it to add a load more content like 5 minutes after the video went live. Friggin' irony of ironies. It's like rain on your wedding day. Or 10,000 knives when all you need is a fork. Or something like that. Pretty sure that's irony, right? So, no, I'm not going to carry on with this week. I do want to leave it a while and come back to that series once they've done a few patches and they've added loads of content to it, and it's really interesting and unique and not just a couple of new features. They do look like they did add a fair bit of content this week, but I'd like to just sort of leave it for ages, see what happens. Now, if you think back probably 4 or 5 weeks now at this stage, I said, oh, I'm going to have this big announcement for you, and that's never been forthcoming. That's because I'm waiting on one of my colleagues, who you might know from their live stream, Sunil, to do some video editing. Most of the rest of the project's in place, we're just waiting on a big feature video from him. And I'm kind of wishing I'd had the opportunity to do the editing myself, because I think I might have a bit more free time than him. I might have had it done by now, but hey ho. So that's nearing completion, and I'm really optimistic I will be able to go, hey guys, check out our shiny new stuff next week. Watch this space. It could be good. So, as regards the vacant slot in my schedule for tomorrow, I've been talking to longtime fan Sky Scythe. He says Pokemon, because I did Pokemon before and apparently I was quite good. I don't know. Pokemon, I don't think lends itself well to the Let's Play format, because there's a lot of grinding in that game. There's a lot of go kill things with Pokemon, go kill things with Pokemon again, go kill more things with Pokemon. And a lot happens, not a lot happens in that game for great long stretches of time. Don't get me wrong, I love me some Pokemon. I think it's great. I think it's fantastic, but I'm not sure it lends itself well to the Let's Play format. However, I got a little bit of a twist. I've got an interesting idea that might fix that inherent problem in the game as relates to the format. And I shall reveal that. Well, I shall try it out and reveal it to you tomorrow if it works. If there's no Pokemon tomorrow, that totally didn't work, and don't expect any Pokemon. But I'll see how it goes. The other inherent problem with doing Pokemon is, well, actually what I talked about last week, which is Nintendo. I don't know how well that's going to work with Nintendo. I really can't say. Honestly, I'm very much of the stance that if Nintendo decides to monetize my videos, I will stop making the series and deny both of us any potential revenue out of it, and them the marketing. So, nuts to those guys. So anyway, that's me talking about me for now. Topic stuff. Sky Scythe, who I've already mentioned once today, gets another mention for throwing out a topic which I was quite happy to leap on. It's a good topic for me, which was science. We're going to talk about science this week. His question is, science. Have we gone too far? Or not far enough? Why are so many people opposed to stem cell research when it could potentially save millions of lives? Do we deify science in place of a god now? Okay, that last one... Just no, that last one, I don't think that's true. I don't think anyone deifies science. That's kind of anti-science. Nobody deifies science in the place of a god. That's kind of not how science works. Science is very important in today's culture and life and technology and all that, but has it replaced God? No. There are plenty of people, there are probably, no, definitely a majority of people in this world who still believe in a god of some sort. Maybe you're not your traditional Judeo-Christian god, but nonetheless some manner of... Damn it. Shift click, must remember shift click. Just so I don't get comments from you all in the comments saying shift click and you can hit things better. So yeah, no, science is no god. Science is not a god. Science is not a replacement for God. Science is something entirely fundamentally different to a god. Nobody would ever say science should be worshipped as a god. I know there's some silly people around on the internet have come up with expressions like "oh my science" to replace "oh my god" as a sort of atheist sort of alternative, and no, that's silly. Let's not be silly here. Well, okay, I'm all in favour of silly. Silly has its place, but that's thoroughly unnecessary and just designed to be confrontational, I think, really. Saying that "oh my god" is offensive and we should use an alternative expression. No, we shouldn't. Don't be ridiculous. I use "oh my god" all the time and I'm an atheist. It didn't bother me in the slightest. I don't know. I'd be hard pressed to find anybody it did bother, I'm pretty sure. Ow! I knew that was going to hit me. Can I have that heart back? There's a heart over there. So... Science, have we gone too far or not far enough? Of course we haven't gone far enough. Science doesn't know nearly enough about the world yet. There's so much more to explore and see and do and discover, and have we gone too far? No, don't be ridiculous. My particular area of expertise, as you may have picked up over the months that I've been doing this, is astronomy and physics and astrophysics and all combinations of the above. I mean, at school I was always sort of chemistry focused more so, but my interest lies predominantly in astronomy and astrophysics and the like. And let's head down into some bleeding compound, because we all know how great I am at those. So I think that's a really... I think astronomy and physics is a very important area which is woefully underfunded right now. Every year you hear, oh, they're doing the budget. Oh, look, NASA's got even less money than it did last year, and NASA now can scarcely afford to do anything that they want to right now. Obviously see the SpaceX Dragon capsules and stuff going up to the International Space Station. NASA's not even sending their own craft up to the space station anymore because they don't have any shuttles left. They're hiring other companies to do their space missions for them, which probably tells you that as a spaceflight focused company, they're probably not getting the money that they need to do their job properly. So what are we doing? We are doing Warrens, which is beasts, right? So we need something pointy, I guess. Let's grab a Blitz needle, I reckon. Should probably cover us reasonably well. And yeah, I just did jelly, so I got my pointy armor on, so yeah, we're good. We all good. At the moment, it is space travel is something that we should be focusing on, but I guess what with like major economic crises and wars and revolutions and everybody's fighting at the minute. There's a lot of fighting going on. So I guess generally speaking, the general consensus would be that there are bigger priorities than getting to the moon. You know, again, because it's been quite a long time since we actually did that before. Oh, they die easily. We like that. We like that. And you. And maybe not now, but the rate we're carrying on with our planet at the minute, kind of spaceflight and astrophysics is going to be really, really crucial, and I think we need to be researching stuff in that field before it becomes too late. Right now, the Earth might not be immediately obvious, but we're rapidly approaching overpopulation crises. Many areas of the world have got more people than they can sustain. There's a great little statistic I've seen. I'd not really verified it particularly, but I like it and I've quoted it a few times, so I'm going to repeat it here, which is that the entire population of the Earth could be fit into a megacity the size of France. I don't know if that's true. I'd like to think that's true because that's kind of cool. And then the theory is that you could, I don't know, use the Sahara as a giant solar panel to generate the energy required to power the Earth, and the rest of it could be turned into agricultural land for farming, and you could quite comfortably sustain a much larger population on the Earth if it were all planned properly. But of course it's not, and everybody likes to live where they want to live, and everybody hates their neighbours and don't want to be jammed into the same city as their neighbours, so that's never going to work out, not for the foreseeable future. Also, the logistics of actually getting 7 billion people into France to live, that's mind-boggling. On top of that, actually, if you read the webcomic XKCD, and I do, I would hope most people do actually, because it's one of those huge webcomics that everybody reads. It has been going a while now. It's probably best part of a year ago at this stage. He started doing a feature called What If? And one of the early features he did was what would be the effect on the Earth if you put everybody in the same place at once and everyone jumped on the spot? And the answer was not much. He then went on to detail the interesting logistics behind actually getting everybody in the Earth to one spot and getting them out again. That's the amount of resources that would take are humongous. Is probably the only word to describe that. Damn near insurmountable. So that's pretty much sort of logistically unviable as well. So to go back to the space travel, where I think that's going is that I think travelling to other planets and then at some point beyond that, ideally other star systems, is actually going to be pretty damn important at some point in the not very distant future of mankind. You've got your overpopulation, and we're only going to keep making babies and growing faster and faster and faster. I mean, just look at any graph that shows you the size of the human population in relation to time. It's growing pretty fast, and yeah, it's going to grow exponentially, and we're all going to need somewhere to stay, and we're not all going to fit onto this planet sooner or later. On top of that, you've got issues that we've caused ourselves, like global warming, which no one seems super keen to actually get fixed in relation to the actual scale of the problem. You know, we're destroying the planet where we live, we don't have a spare one to move to. Yeah, that's a pretty big deal, really. And probably shouldn't be doing that, but we are. And nobody seems to have much regard for how to deal with that little issue right now. Ow! Jeez, I saw that coming. Shouldn't have done that. So, what's around here? There's nothing around here. What am I... Eh? What's the point of this room? I don't know what this room did. So I think, yeah, we need to move to Mars, move to moons, and of course the other big technology in that field one would need to research is terraforming. And both of those are reasonably viable. I mean, people reckon that we could theoretically get to Mars if it were a one-way trip at the minute, and we could set up some manner of small colony. I think it's not unviable. I mean, there's a lot of... I read a lot of hard science fiction, sort of science fiction written with a very, very strong regard to the actual rules of physics and stuff. Oh, Oh yeah, I got that. That's cool. I'm not sure what the mechanics of this room are. What happens if I step on the switch? Okay, they go through there and... Ah! I get you, I get you. Oh, that's a neat little room. That's cool. So I need to hold that open all the way till I gets there and then step out the way. Sweet! Oh, that's really nice. I like this room. So I believe it might... This might be an Isaac Asimov quote. I'm not certain. It's definitely a quote from somewhere. Well, I say quote, paraphrasing. I don't know it word for word, but the idea behind it is that the only way mankind could ever, you know, live forever, could carry on without wiping itself out by destroying its own planet, is if we mastered interstellar travel. I mean, interplanetary travel's good, but the sun has a finite lifespan. I know we're talking, you know, about 5 billion years at this point in time, which is loads. 5 billion years is great, but if we were to actually try and make mankind live absolutely forever, we would need other stars and stuff. But 5 billion years is plenty of time to get out of the solar system, I would wager. So, wait, how do I do this room? I wasn't paying attention. Oh god. I run away and shoot things from a distance. That's how we do all rooms. And you, oh god, you're the problem one. Problem child, get away from me. Oh god. Okay, you're dead. Heal up, heal up. I have pills, I should use them. So yeah, that's me on how far should we take technology. My thoughts are we need to get out of the solar system as far as we should take technology and science. So that wasn't really the point of the question. The point clearly was to, let's be controversial and talk about stem cell research. So stem cells, yay. I'm not well versed on stem cells, which is why I've just spent like 10 minutes talking about astronomy instead, and astrophysics and space travel and the like. But I will have a go. I've got some basic grounding in it. I've skimmed Wikipedia on the subject, which you could get the same information by skimming Wikipedia for 10 minutes as well. But hey ho, here we go. What am I doing with this? Oh right, same mechanism as before. That's cool. So let's have some basics on. Wait, what am I doing with this? Have I done it? Why am I doing this? I need to guide it through that. Wait, what? Have I done the puzzle? I've done the puzzle, haven't I? What? I'm not paying attention. So, right, stem cell basics. So, there are a variety of different types of stem cells. The two main important ones to focus on are adult stem cells, which can also be found in, you know, children and babies and the like. It just means they're fully grown, sort of human, as opposed to embryonic, which is, you know, still in the womb and such. Okay, I don't like this room. I don't like this room already. This room's already nasty. Ow. So you've got your two main different types of stem cells. The adult ones can do some stuff, but not a lot. They can be turned into a number of different other human body cells, and you've got your embryonic ones, which are, the term is pluripotent, is the term we need to use. Pluripotent cells can turn into almost any other cell within the human body, and obviously the medicinal applications of that are very, very widespread. That's a lot of them. I'm going to run away. Okay, that's a lot of nibbling things. Stop nibbling. Oh god. Oh my god, an undead guy who's going to resist my shots. Not my shots, my swords. Okay, do we get them? Ow! Son of a... Get dead. Get dead. Okay, this is going to be a really awkward topic to talk about while I'm running and panicking because things are trying to bite my ankles. Right. Breathing space. So we've got the two different types of stem cells. We've got pluripotent cells, which can turn into almost any cell in the human body with the exception of like placenta, I think, is the only thing it can't become. And matter of fact, before that, the very, very early stage in embryo are totipotent, which is how you make a placenta, because it's the only type of cell that can make a placenta. The adult stem cells, there is another term, I'm not quite sure, I think it's just like multipotent or something is the term for it. It's descending grandiose terms. It starts out totipotent, which is, I guess, everything, multipotent, lots of things. I don't know. Pluripotent, multipotent, oligarchipotent, I think, is one of them, which I don't know. I'm getting into words I don't understand here. And I shouldn't be. I should leave those words be. So yeah, the embryonic ones, because they can turn into so many things, have a very wide range of applications. And is this the first Griever I've found since they buffed them? It might be. I still killed it. Okay, I need this pill. Oh my god, there's too many bunnies. Too many bunnies, I tell you. Get back, get back. Jesus Christ. Back off, back off, back off. I should have my trinket equipped for fast shoot speed. That would do me good. Okay, and breathe. So, the embryonic cells, by nature of being able to turn into almost anything, have the ability to cure a hell of a lot of conditions in the human body. Almost anything where cells become damaged or generally need replacing, they'll fix most wounds, they'll fix quite a lot of types of cancer by the sound of it, can cure blindness, deafness, anything where cells just aren't functioning where they're supposed to be. The idea is that one could use these stem cells, these embryonic stem cells, not the adult stem cells, to turn into the new tissue which can be used to repair the damage. Cool. So these sound pretty useful, yeah? And we should totally be researching them. Well, I would say yes, but a lot of people say no. The problem with it is that the only way to get these cells involves killing the embryo, and unfortunately the hornet's nest that one stirs up is the same as the hornet's nest stirred up by the issue of abortion. One needs to debate at that point whether an embryo, before it is born, has a right to life, and a lot of people, either religion or just personal viewpoints, and there's no real scientific consensus on this. This is the problem. Most of it's just opinion. A lot of people think that yes, an embryo should have the right to life. We can't just go around killing it. It's essentially murder. And oh, I've got my dash. I can use my dash. I totally forgot I had new abilities. Ow. I should run away because I'm going to die here. I really have no way to heal, do I? Crud, I am actually going to die, I think. Yep, there we go. I can't use charge attacks, that's not going to work well against these guys. Ow, that sucks. Ow, God, where'd you come from? So, ow, no. Mind the snowballs. Right, you're dead. And you're dead. Okay, are we out? We're out. I suspect we've been out for a while and haven't paid attention. Whew, okay. Right, let's head down. I think I can talk for a little bit longer. So, yeah. Right, to get the cells you need to kill the embryo, and unfortunately that's not good. A lot of people don't like that. And there's no real basis other than just kind of gut feeling on that one, unfortunately. There's no way to say, yes, this is right or wrong. We've got an Ice Maul Arena Wrench Warfare. That's gremlins, right? That means we should equip as such for the scenario. So that'll do us good against gremlins. That'll be alright. I could use something with a little bit of elemental resist. The Divine Mantle should do us. I don't want to be walking around in a friggin' poncho. we are good to go. So onwards. Hang on. Okay. An interesting side note with this, and this is more a issue for science to research rather than any kind of controversy at this stage, is that stem cells could cure a lot of cancer. But the weirdest thing about it is that because the way they work is they just grow into new cells, one of the notable risks of using stem cells is that they could grow uncontrollably. And you know what other disease... Ow! Whoop, I just lost window focus. That's not me being terrible, that's just losing window focus. The one thing that is caused by cells growing uncontrollably in the human body is cancer. So you could cure cancer by... It almost sounds as though there might potentially be a risk of curing cancer with this thing that could give you a different type of cancer. Maybe the second type's easier to cure. I don't know. But that's the sort of thing that research hammers out, and unfortunately most countries have a moratorium on stem cell research, at least embryonic stem cell research, which is why we're not really making any headway on it, because until we can all agree that it's okay to go ahead with, nobody can research it. Because some people don't like it, nobody's allowed to do it. Which unfortunately is holding back the progress of what could be a massive, massive revolution in modern medicine as we know it. You could genuinely be making some sort of universal antidote, some cure-all type thing. And because some people aren't too cool with where it comes from, we're not allowed to work on it in the slightest. And that's not good. That's sort of opinion and religion getting in the way of science, and I'm not too cool with that on the whole. Do I think those people aren't entitled to their opinion? Of course not. Of course you're entitled to the opinion, but I don't think opinion should have massive legislative power. The fact is, science and research itself and actual evidence should be used as a basis as to determining whether that's cool or not. Okay, I don't have anywhere to put a vial. I need to pick up that pill. Oh! Get away from me, guys. I need that pill. Oh, God. Right, that's a few of them down. Can we get a healer? Oh, nope, no. I just want to heal up before I do that. Okay. So where does this leave us? It leaves us sort of trying to find workarounds as far as the technology is concerned, and basically what we need to do is either find another way to get pluripotent cells. Oh my god, 3 healers in one place. That's overpowered. You guys, seriously. Not cool. That's not cool. Hey, yeah, there we go. Right, and I'm having a guy on my team. There we go. Right, fight my corner, please. Right, so where can we get those from? There are a few pluripotent cells in the adult body which can be extracted principally from bone marrow. So those can be found, but they're sort of in really low quantities. So most research has to be done using what little we can actually get hold of, unfortunately, which isn't really the ideal way to be doing it. On the other hand, the other way to go about it is to try and find a way to try and do research in getting pluripotent cells from the embryos without killing the embryos. Then everybody can be happy that it's actually a pretty a-okay thing to do. Thus far, research has actually managed to achieve that in rats in the laboratory, which is cool, but as with so many research that works on rats, it's just a shame we aren't rats. I know, obviously, I'm just being a little bit facetious there. Obviously, that it paves the way towards human research, but the fact is, to try and do that on a human cell would involve the risk of it killing the human cell, human embryo, in fact, sorry, not cell, and thereby breaching the moratorium, which means you can't actually test to see if it works on human embryos until we're allowed to do the research. So all the evidence in the world could point to it, but if we're not 100% certain, and we can't be until it's tested, then we can't test it, which is problematic to say the least. But that's kind of the way forward, I guess. Have I lost my robot dude? I've lost my robot dude, haven't I? I missed him. His name was Clanks. Rest in peace, Clanks. So that just about concludes my little lecture on stem cell research and interstellar travel. My conclusion? All A-OK, we should be going for both. I like that. Ooh, hang on, I've got another bunch of guys I can fight. Let's fight this bunch of guys. Bow. Interstellar travel is like I was going to say, it's not more important. I was going to say more important. It's not. It's definitely easier to research because we're allowed to research it. Probably equally important to the future of the human race, I would have said. They're both, you know, pretty high priority. The difference is one of them the government actually lets us have a look at. So we should be pursuing that, and unfortunately the government controls how much gets spent on that by and large outside of, you know, your private companies. The government controls where the bulk of that research gets done as far as NASA goes, and unfortunately they're not getting that either. So we're kind of probably going the wrong way as far as the human race is concerned at the minute. We need to be focusing on the future, and we're mostly focused on making money instead of staying alive in the long term. These seem like odd priorities. Money comes and goes and will last, you know, a few years. If we can't make our entire species last out the next 100 years, we've got bigger issues. And we should probably be working towards solving the problems. So there we go. That's all I got. That's me and science. So if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to leave a like. If you're not already subscribed to my videos, please do subscribe, because I make lots of cool content and I'm sure you'll enjoy it. If you've got a comment or a question that you would like me to talk about, please leave it in the comments down below. Topics are always appreciated. I've been thrown a few over the last few weeks, so actually I now have a few things I can pick from, which is cool because I like having a choice. But the more stuff you ask me, the more I'll have to talk about, and the longer I can make this series last. Yeah? You like that? Of course you do. So, yeah. Please do so. So thank you very much for watching. I've been Meroka, and I shall see you next time. That was a really terrible swing. Hang on, I'm going to do that again. Thank you very much for watching. I've been Meroka. I'll see you next time.